Ryan's a big Chelsea fan. Ryan, do you think he should be in?
100%. Do you know what it is for me? I feel like does Bowen, does Grealish, do they deserve to be in it instead of Raheem? That's my question. I feel like, okay, you could say he was playing against a 9-man Tottenham, but he tore Kyle Walker a complete new one. Kyle Walker is probably our best right back, if not one of the best right backs in the world, and he showed him how you do it.
Ryan's got a point there, Simon. Not many people do that, do they?
What's that?
Like Kyle Walker, had a job in his hand to look after Sterling.
Yeah, no, yes, wonderful. You can pick one game out. So that's his selection process for being in England squad, is it?
Not just going on that, but I think he's actually improved a hell of a lot since last season. Last season, I thought he looked like his legs were going. He looked like I thought he was going to.
But he got selected for the World Cup last season.
I know, but look at him now. I feel like he's playing much better than he is last season. I feel like he just deserved it over a few people. I mean, I get the point of we don't need him, but I feel like he can give us more than Rashford does and what Bowen's given us.
Ryan, do you think we've seen the best of Raheem at Sterling at Chelsea? Have we seen the best of Raheem Sterling at Chelsea?
I think right now, yeah, we're seeing the best of him. He's flourishing. I feel like now he feels what everyone else is feeling at the club. I feel like when he came, he just thought, this is just a bit of a stop-off break for me. Little sort of, you know what I mean? A fun season for him. But I feel like now, yeah, he's truly believing in what's going on. He's an older, experienced player. Players listen to him. Players look up to him. And I think that's given him like a new sense of life at Chelsea.
Ryan, thanks for the call. Nick's a Chelsea fan. Nick, presumably you'll agree with Ryan then, do you?
Sorry, Ryan. I completely agree with Simon. I would say that Raheem Sterling had his best game for Chelsea at the weekend. That's what we thought we bought when we first got him. He's done that too infrequently. Last season he was very average. This season he's had 2 or 3, I would say, good games. I thought he was outstanding at the weekend. And I would say that if he carries on playing like that with that consistency, that commitment is what we want from him, and that confidence. I'm hoping for his sake that he has now turned a corner. I absolutely don't see the point in playing in the next 2 games. People like Cole Palmer, another Chelsea player, that's the future of England. But if Raheem Sterling keeps playing the way he does, I'll be delighted for Chelsea. Yeah. And no doubt he'll play himself back into the England squad.
Nick, well said. Good call and some good points in there. So Ryan, it would appear there's a split in the Chelsea support about Raheem.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand it. I'm a big fan of his. I think over the last 3-4 games that I've seen him play, I think he's flourished. He's been a bit more direct. He just seems to believe in what's happening at the moment. And I feel like maybe last season, with what was going on with all the managers, all the changes, and I feel like now there's a bit more a cemented side in Chelsea. I feel like, yeah, he's playing much better.
Okay, listen, thanks for that, Ryan. I mean, it's always going to be a case of for and against, Simon, isn't it? You know, you're always going to get that. Jason, another Chelsea fan, you're taking it. You think he should be in, or you think it's logical that he's out at the moment?
He's been playing well, like obviously, especially Sunday. That's the standout performance for him, probably since he's been at Chelsea.
Yeah,
agreed.
It's purely coincidental, the fact of talking about Sterling. I'm phoning up as on this situation as an England fan, and I think if you're looking at the moment, Sterling should be in over Grealish because he's not playing. And Simon, which I do agree with on 99% of the time, I think. If I'm wrong, then please correct me. But I'd mentioned about Maguire playing, Phillips playing, and was saying that why are they playing for England when they're not playing for their country? Which surely that is the same situation with Jack Grealish at the moment. And form-wise, although Sterling hasn't been particularly great, as an England fan looking at it, I would pick Sterling over Rashford. I'm not saying that they should both be in, but if you're going to choose Rashford, then I would have thought that Sterling should get the nod above him.
Okay, Jason, listen, thank you for that. Having said that, Simon, many more messages coming in backing you about along the lines of what is the fuss about Sterling.
I'm not suggesting I'm right or wrong. It's my view.
Yeah. Kieran, thanks for flagging this up, though, Kieran. Well done, Jim. You managed to wheedle out of Simon that he's told what articles to write when he does his column on a Thursday. Simon, you need to stand up for yourself more. Be more resilient,
But Lee
says
Clayton
Kieran.
is a force of nature.
Yeah.
you know, and I have to do like, sod off. It was an article that I was quite happy to write. They suggested the subject matter. I wrote an article. I didn't follow the pack of lemons that go, bring Sterling back in.
No.
I went a different way.
You did go
I
a
had
different way.
view, and I stood it up, and I made a reasonable argument about it. Because if it was an unsustainable argument, we wouldn't be having a debate. You'd be going, "That's cobblers. That's all rubbish. And that's rubbish." And every call would have gone in, "That's rubbish." But it wasn't.
We've had many Thursdays since you started writing your columns in the Daily Mail. Percentage-wise, how many of them are your idea, and how many of them are the editor's idea?
Well, the subject matter is often the newspaper's idea because it's their newspaper, they know what sells. But the content of the article is, of course, mine.
All right.
And if anyone reads it, they can know it's my obtuse and opaque set of thinking at times.
All right. So you don't have a ghostwriter. These are your words.
Of course.
Just so as we know.
No, I work with somebody, but what I do is I record my articles, send them to the ghostwriter, and he types it up for me.
Oh, God.
It's like having a secretary. So when I send a letter to somebody and my secretary sends it, did I write it or did she? Or is it my words or is it hers?
Right.
Well, of course it's my words, but she's my bleeding secretary. I'm not saying Tim is my secretary,
Tim?
my ghostwriter, but
Tim
what I'm
at the
saying
Mail?
is it's a collaboration, unlike Souness.
Yeah.
Unlike Danny Murphy. Unlike Martin Keown, who
Right.
doesn't write things that he believes.
Right, I see. Oh, boy. The pressures of having a column in a newspaper.
Indeed.
Simon Jordan on a Thursday.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.